Welcome back to another AB video. Today we talk about the Rocket news and the Trois-Rivières Lions. Of course, many news in the NHL, following by the preview game number 3 of the Stanley Cup final. The AB news, and of course, we have some AB rumor. So let's start with the Lions. Why? Because they won game number 5 by the score 4-1, and they are the champion of the East Coast Hockey League Playoff 2025, and they won the Kelly Cup. Great performance again of Kavanagh yesterday between the pipe. Listen, Kavanagh was extraordinary great during the playoff for the Trois-Rivières Lions. This is another organization inside of the Montreal Canadiens have a great year overall in 2024-2025. So, organization for all the Lions players for the success during the season. And of course, 4,737 people was at the game yesterday. It was the biggest crowd for the Lion history and the East Coast Hockey League. Let's move on for a couple of news for the Laval Rocket. And honestly, guys, we have two. First of all, Gustav Lindstrom decided to leave the Laval Rocket to sign a 5-year contract in ECHL with the team at Duke Garden. Is going to be now returned at home. This is a great decision for the veteran players to play couple of years in NHL with front team and the American Hockey League. Finally, I predict Pascal Vincent is not going to leave the Laval Rocket. He's going to returning as the head coach for the Laval for his second year. Why? You have only one head coach available in NHL is a Dallas Star. With that, I don't think so. Star will call Pascal Vincent to get a job. Secondly, probably that name got his assistant coach for the upcoming season. I don't hear anything from Monsieur Dash or the Islanders to get Vincent. At the end of the day, there are no rumor in NHL mentioned Pascal Vincent to returning as a head coach or assistant coach, and I predict again he's going to be with the Laval Rocket for the season 2025 and 2026. That's how we got there for the Laval and the Lions news and update. Now, the NHL news, we want to share a couple of things. We know we missed maybe 1 or 2 days of videos, so we have a few for you. First of all, the Washington Capitals, the head coach, Carberry, named the head coach of the year in the NHL after an amazing great year overall for the Washington Capitals. Obviously, the last second round in the playoff against the Carolina Hurricane. Carberry bring his team to get 111 points. It was not expected from many expert prediction at the beginning of the season, and myself, Washington Capitals, to finish first in the Metropolitan Division and make the playoff. For the Florida Panthers, I want to give you one stat. Very impressive. Sam Bennett become UFA, scored 13 goals during the playoffs so far, 12 on the road, only 1 at home. But the biggest question is about, at the end of the year, if he's going to looking for the money or stay with a lower contract with the Florida Panthers. We don't know anything about that, but I'm sure many teams would love to have Sam Bennett with their team, with the salary cap go higher. Possible something can offer him a lot of money and possible leave the Florida Panthers. But take a note, sometimes a player looking great with a specific team, and when they leave that team, want to go to another team, it's not going to be the same way. Example, Kadri with the Calgary Flame. Great couple years with the Colorado Avalanche. When you show up to the Calgary Flame, it's not the same kind of player. Produces number of the point year after year. Now, the Dallas Star look like they are not shopping Jason Robinson at this point. Last week, a couple of rumors around the NHL mentioned possible Dallas Star would like to trade Jason Robinson to open up more money on the salary cap. But from really great source in NHL, look like Robinson is not on the trade bait for the Dallas Star. My another news about the Colorado Avalanche, they announced Logan O'Connor had a hip surgery, is going to miss 5 to 6 months. O'Connor brings some kind of speed and great bottom 6 players, play with energy. He can be good on the special team, more on the penalty kills, missed the beginning of the season 2025-2026 in NHL. Tampa Bay Lightning, they announced they gave a contract of 3 years at Maxwell Grozier, A 2.325 contract with a cap hit of $775,000 per year, played with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Grosier played a couple of games with the Tampa Bay Lightning the last 2 seasons. He was drafted 4th-round pick a couple of years ago. He's a veteran in the American Hockey League. Finally, the last player I want to talk about is another player signed contract with the Edmonton Oilers. It's Viljami Margela. He signed a 2-year deal of $1.745 million contract with a cap hit of $872,000 and $500 per season, played for the Edmonton Oilers for the upcoming season. Now, what is very interesting about this is Margela played 2 years with the Quebec Remparts. Great player with the Remparts. He was drafted 5th-round pick by the Buffalo Sabres. The 22 years old played in Liga for the last couple of years with the team TPS. This season, he have 8 goals, 44 assists for 52 points. He produced in the Liga. And I don't know why he didn't want to sign with the Buffalo Sabres. Since June 1st this year, he became a UFA. And that's the reason he got a contract on Edmonton Oilers. I think this is a great option for the Edmonton Oilers to get that kind of players possible to go at a training camp, and you never know what could happen. He will be only 22 years old. And that's all we have today for all the news in NHL. Really quickly, guys, because the game 3 of the St. Cup final is only tomorrow night, so we don't going to give you anything about the preview game and all the information. We're going to give you this during the next video. But I want to just remind you, the series is tied now 1-1 with a game-winning goal of Brett Marchand during the second overtime against the Edmonton Oilers. Now, let's talk about different news about the Montreal Canadiens. But before that, we want to talk about the NHL Combine 2025. This is over. Finished yesterday. We have a couple of results for you. On the pull-up, Bill Zonon finished 16 top and prospect. He's going to be at the end of the first round, I believe, draft and during the NHL Draft 2025. The long jump, William Orkoff, 124.6. This is a new record in the NHL Combine, and I expect him to be early in the second round in the NHL Draft 2025. And the right-hand grip is Shane Van Zuggy. Have the best performance. I expect him to be a third-round pick during the NHL Draft 2025. I don't have any other result at this moment. When we get more, we're going to sharing with you. But you have a couple of measurements happening yesterday. Some players are bigger or taller. Mason West and Carter Amico and Martin Merca are impressive for the result of the measurement. The only thing we want to mention about the Montreal Canadiens for this combine, they got many interviews during the week. Some players are not going to be on the target, whatever they get drafted at the top 5, like Fondel and Desnoyers. And also, Montreal spoke with Mason West, Amico, Orcraft, and others in the last 2 days. Let's talk about the Montreal Canadiens because we have a news. First of all, Martin St-Louis finished 3rd in the Jack Adams Trophy. Cabret is the winner of the Jack Adams Trophy. The head coach of the Winnipeg Jets, Scott Arnold, finished 2nd, just in front of the Martin St-Louis. At the end of the day, we knew Martin St-Louis is not going to win it, but great to hear Martin St-Louis was on nomination for the Jack Adams Trophy. Now, my next news is about I'm talking about David Rebacker and Logan Mailloux from different experts from the Montreal Canadiens and the media. The rumor is possible Rebacker and Mailloux return with the Laval Rocket next year. That's complicate everything. One, David Savard is going to announce his retirement in NHL. That will give Montreal Canadiens only one player as a right shooter, as the defenseman. I believe now Hughes and Corden are looking to add one veteran player in NHL to join the Montreal Canadiens. And at some point, Rebacker, when he's going to be ready, or Mailloux, to join the Montreal Canadiens, it could be during the season. That will helping the core of the defenseman to be more balanced on the left side and the right side. But we'll see what happening. We know Rebacker is still bothered by his inflammation on the right knee, and Mailloux need to be better to have a consistency job in NHL with the Montreal Canadiens. And that's all we got for the news for the Montreal Canadiens today. But we're not done yet. I know it's a long video, But today we'll talk about the Montreal Canadiens rumor because I have one or two for you. And I think you're going to understand what I'm going to talk about. It's the Montreal Canadiens are still looking for a second center, a right defenseman. Keep this in mind. This is the target for the Montreal Canadiens in the next couple of weeks and months. Add on the roster for the Montreal Canadiens. My first remark, no for Mitch Marner and no for Jason Robinson. We just talked about Jason Robinson is not on the market, so nothing will happen with Montreal in the Dallas at this moment. Many experts predict Mitch Marner are not targeting the Montreal as an option to play, and Montreal are not interested to bring Mitch Marner because what is demanding to get his contract AAV per year is too high for the Montreal Canadiens, and I think Montreal is not ready yet to get a player like Mitch Marner. So that's the reason behind that. I predict they're not going to be with the Montreal Canadiens, and no negotiation will happen between both players and the Montreal Canadiens. And my last rumor of the day, guys, about I predict Joel Armia is going to stay with the Montreal Canadiens. He's going to sign a 3-year contract at $2.5 million. That's my prediction. Why? Because I think Armia fit and the bottom six for the Montreal Canadiens. He played a big role on the penalty kill with Jake Aaron, and the departure of possible Christian Dvorak and David Savard on the PK. I think Montreal are not looking to lose a third player on penalty kill. And the relationship between the Montreal Canadiens staff and Joel Armia is really close, so I predict Joel Armia is going to stay with a 2-year contract at $2.5 million. And that's it. That's all, guys, we got today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Please sharing this with your friend, your family. We need more people watching our video. You bring a lot of content about the NHL and the Montreal Canadiens. Now it's your turn to leave me a comment below the video. And remember, guys, don't forget to subscribe, click on the like, and become a member of the channel. We're targeting now to get 100 new members for the next couple of months until the beginning of the season 2025-2026. And remember, you have greatness inside of you, and we wish you an amazing, great, blessed day, everybody.